the Trump administration's meetings with Alberta separatists and the comments of Secretary Bessent? Is this foreign interference from the U.S.?
The governments that are going to make a difference to Canada, to Alberta, to Canada, are at this table, I guess alongside with municipalities and working with our Indigenous partners. And the focus of the meeting last night, today, the meeting of the Council of Federation before that, was how we come together and build. How we build a better country, how we build safer communities. A number of specific points were just referenced by Premiers Eby and Smith from addressing extortion, crime in the community. I know Premier Ford and I have been very focused on this as well, as we have across the country. I appreciate the support of the premiers, all the premiers for Bill C-14. It's part of a bigger picture of measures.
Canada is supposed to be the calm neighbor. No chaos, no revolutions, no internal collapse. But what if that image is cracking? What if Canada isn't as united as it looks, and what if the world's most powerful country is watching very closely? Today, we're talking about the Canadian separatist movement and the uncomfortable role the United States may quietly play in all of this. For decades, Canada has sold itself as a model nation, peaceful, multicultural, stable. But unity in Canada has always been fragile. This isn't new. What is new is how economic pressure, global instability, and foreign interests are bringing old fractures back into focus. Quebec is where Canadian separatism first became impossible to ignore. Twice in 1980 and 1995, Quebec held referendums to leave Canada. The 1995 vote failed by less than 1%. That means Canada came closer to breaking apart than most people realize. Language, culture, and resentment toward federal control still fuel separatist sentiment in Quebec today, even if it's quieter than before.
Pause a moment. I read an article last night in the Financial Times about a group of people from Alberta, I won't describe them as Albertans, who went to the White House seeking the assistance of the United States to break up our country. Now, I understand the desire to hold a referendum, to talk about the issues you want to talk about in Canada. We got free speech, that's important. But to go to a foreign country and to ask for assistance in breaking up Canada, there's an old-fashioned word for that, and that word is treason. It is completely inappropriate to seek to weaken Canada, to seek to go and ask for assistance to break up this country from a foreign power. And with respect, a president who has not been particularly respectful of Canada's sovereignty. I'm going to be raising that issue at this table. I think that while we can respect the right of any Canadian to express themselves, to vote in a referendum, I think we need to draw the line at people seeking the assistance of foreign countries to break up this beautiful land of ours that our forefathers, our foremothers, our parents, our grandparents fought for. There is a line. And especially at this time when all Canadians have to pull together, I think we can speak as one voice about conduct like that. So there are important issues to discuss at the table today. I look forward to the conversation, and thanks very much for being here.
Now fast forward to Alberta. Unlike Quebec, Alberta's anger is economic. Oil, gas, and energy revenues flow out of the province, while federal policies, especially environmental regulations, are seen as choking its economy. Many Albertans believe Ottawa benefits from Alberta's wealth while ignoring its interests. The phrase Wexit may sound fringe, but the frustration behind it is very real and growing. Then there's a third, often misunderstood dimension: Indigenous sovereignty. Many First Nations do not see themselves as separatists from Canada, but as nations that were never meant to be absorbed in the first place. Land disputes, pipeline protests, and legal challenges continue to challenge Canada's authority over vast territories. Here's where things get uncomfortable. The United States has no official policy supporting Canadian separatism. But geopolitics isn't about official statements, it's about interests. A divided or weakened Canada would mean easier access to energy resources, reduced competition in global markets, and greater U.S. leverage over North American trade. Historically, the U.S. has benefited when neighboring regions become economically dependent or politically fragmented. Media narratives, think tanks, lobbying interests, and cross-border corporate pressure all shape outcomes without a single soldier crossing the border. This isn't about tanks or invasions, it's about soft power. Economic incentives, trade leverage, narrative framing. When regional grievances grow, external powers don't need to create them, they only need to benefit from them. The real issue isn't whether Canada will break apart tomorrow. It's whether ignoring these tensions makes them worse. Because history shows one thing clearly, nations don't collapse overnight, they fracture slowly, quietly, and politely, until they don't. Canada may look stable from the outside, but beneath the surface, the pressure is building. And the most powerful neighbor in the world is watching very carefully. Next we will talk why Alberta wants to separate from Canada. Don't forget to subscribe.